Good evening. It's been a bit of a funny day, hasn't it? Been watching your comments in the Discord and Euro. It's been doing some wild things today. Our target of 109,226 when we were looking for just after the bids, after the actual news announcement. Where was it? Here we go. This one, that's it. Where we go into it, you can see that you've got all sorts happening here. They actually came up towards this range. They tapped that zone, okay? Of course, waiting for the break, the sweep of the candle. It didn't break that range, okay? Then it came all the way back down, and we got ourselves the short entry. That worked out a treat at 109,532. So 109,532, 109,532 put us right here, and it broke on the red vector candle. Go into the 15-minute time frame to confirm that. Red vector candle, 109,532 right there. There's your red vector right there. Then it came down, and it's been it's been hard trading Euro. And for those of you that have been trading Euro, you can see what's going on, all right? You can see that gold, it's ripped the targets down. It completely tapped it, missed it by $10, okay? And I'm still expecting gold to try and roll over again. But for me, it's the dollar. Look, and this happens. And it's not me justifying nothing here. This happens, all right? We've just had the first bout of data going into this new year regarding the CPI, all right? Inflation's gone up. The market ain't going to be happy about that, all right? So there's now going to be a transition. It's all going to be on what the Fed's going to do next. With this ETF as well, that's been holding things out. And of course, oil, that thing, vector to vector. I would strongly suggest if you guys want to start playing oil, you're playing vector to vector with this. Marcus, I know you're ripping it. It's doing the same thing over and over again. And every day I mention this, you're going to start to see how oil plays, okay? Now, going into Bitcoin and understanding what we can expect. So these are your ranges and levels for BTC, all right? I am favoring higher prices. I'm still waiting for 50K. May happen later on. It may happen tomorrow. It may happen over the weekend. But Bitcoin hasn't invalidated none of the ranges that we've discussed. Go back into this area here and go into Bitcoin. All right, so where are we? Here we go. The bid zone support, 45,415. And of course, around just below the 46, just above the 46,700 region right there. Well, I'll just mark up the red vector candle for you to make life easier, okay? That would put us in this area here, 46,481, and that range right there. This is our bid zone, okay? Now, we know on the higher time frames that there is vector candles inside of here on the hourly. We go into the daily time frame, you've got a violet vector candle that may look to get recovered, all right? Now, what we got to understand is how deep will they correct? How deep will the bids go? So you go into the chart and you can see that bids are trying to hold price out. And there is a prospect of them trying to sweep these bid contracts down below because they haven't taken them all. Look, this one right here, 5.76, and they only traded 1.23. So that's where we are right here, where we're anticipating that there is a potential for Bitcoin to sweep into that zone. So you've got to build that into your plays. Now, what Bitcoin may do going into Asia is they may have marked it down lower to prepare it to mark up again. That's what we're looking for, okay? So this is what you've got to take into consideration. Look at where we are right here on this whole block, right here on the actual 1 hour time frame. To make it on the 50-minute time frame, what we're looking for is we're looking for these guys who were triggered to go long in here, triggered to run longs here, to effectively get triggered to run longs here. That's what we're looking for, okay? If Bitcoin does actually make it up towards this point, you're looking for this area at 46,500 in principle. You're looking for that area to sustain itself as support, okay? So that means you want to be looking at the volume, not the volume profile, but the depth of market and try and see if you can see the bids and the asks coming in at this point. Those of you that may be using the book map itself, you can see we've got that area where they could sweep and we've got to be very careful about it, all right? Now, these are orders that have been placed. They can also be cancelled, so they might not stay in the charts. We've got to take that into consideration. But I would be firm on the idea now that the ETF itself has pretty much died down. The news of that has pretty much done and dusted. Now everyone's just going to be picking up Bitcoin and hoping that the ETF serves its purpose, okay? But now we're going into this story with the inflation. So that's going to have its weight on the marketplace. And now that Bitcoin is going to be purchased by the heavyweights in regards to this ETF as authorized partners, if they're not buying it, then they're not buying it. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin isn't going to go up. It just means that cryptocurrency is only going to be the ones buying cryptocurrency. So no new money's coming in. All right. And we're just going to see the same old wavy movement with Bitcoin. Okay. Going into the smaller time frames to put things just to see if you can grab some movement, what you're looking for right here, you're looking for this zone to act as support, potentially an area where you can run your stops. We've had one clue right here with the green vector candle, all right? So I'm paying attention to this area, which is consistent with our bid zone, and we're looking for Bitcoin to sweep up to the upside from these areas or where it is right now to sweep up to try and take out this high again. Okay, that's what I'm looking for Bitcoin to try and do. All right. From price point right now, $394 going up, maybe $600-700. If you're complaining about that, then what can I say to you? It's about fast in, fast out, take the money off the table, come away, get ready for the next trading day. If the move continues to the upside in favor, okay, then trail your stop, which basically means that if you open a position and it's in profit, set a trailing stop so that it locks in the profit from where your entry is and manually move it. Manually move it. The reason why I say manually is because Bitcoin's volatility is wild. If you've programmed it to only move up every time price moves up, say a certain percentage, well, that percentage could get triggered straight away and it sweeps down and then knocks you out. And then the price moves all the way back up again. Okay. So just be very mindful of that. So that's what I'm looking for going into this evening. A rise up, retrace, break the daily open would be ideal. Continuation back up in towards these ranges up here around the 47 zone. If they're going to be building shorts, they're going to be moving price back up above this 47 region itself, okay? Going into Ethereum, you can see that's trading okay, and you can see the stop out zones right here. They're holding out. It seems as though that the 2583 is holding out very, very well. Futures markers have just opened. We're looking for Ethereum in principle to find support inside of this block right here, okay? Because we've now come into the stop zone. We've moved away from it. I'm looking for support inside of here for a quick scalp to try and sweep up to finalize the vector candle at 26.27. That's what I'm looking for with Ethereum. And if they can sustain this sweep to the upside here, then we're going to start working back up towards the 26.60. Okay, that's where logically I'd expect Ethereum to try and end up at some point in Asia tonight. Going into Solana, same story. Now, Solana is forming a much clearer structure with a W formation. So we're trading the W formation by that logic. First vector that's come into play is this blue one right here on the 5 minute. And we've come down and they slowed down on the selling. The logic says that we're waiting for Solana to hold out, to sweep up to the upside, to take out the daily open, and then try and gun for the liquidity here, and then try and even attack even higher towards the upside. But only Asia is going to react to that. And Asia tonight can also buy the ETF. They can put orders in as well. So just take that into consideration. All right. I hope that makes sense to you all, ladies and gentlemen. We've got one more day of it all. We've got core price index coming out tomorrow. Another bout of information, but hopefully it's going to serve us and we're going to see some good moves tomorrow. All right. Mad love and respect, guys. Take care of yourselves. And I'll check in with you in the morning. Peace.